postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran in his 9th season now in the league.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
They go play action here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. The quarter blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
What a great job getting pressure here in the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning. And I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
That's taken it around the 40. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 7th-year quarterback. Throwing to start the drive. Reeves. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4.
And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk to his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
first and goal, a chance to get a leg up in this NFC title game. They'll try the left side. Pryor, and he is going to lose yardage here. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Back to throw. Reeves. His pass caught at the 4. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Vikings have struck first in this NFC title game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
For the right play.
That too.
Here's second and 8. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And this is good for a first down. His second grab of this NFC Championship bout. Off play action. Brown. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that.
On to the second quarter. Mexico City in possession as they've got it facing a second and long situation. Off the play fake. Brown. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Brown on first and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Ball at the 40 here for second and 5.
Now a handoff up the middle. Nobles. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Shifts by at the 15, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's it.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So that drive spans 13 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On 1st down, Reeves. And he's got his big tight end here. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Looking to throw. Reeves. Touchdown! A great play there. 26 yards.
And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a Vikings score. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions now taking over late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Back to throw. Brown. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Brown. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The offense schemed, going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we've reached halftime here. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Reeves. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. A call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing is they're calling it now, our ball. They don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Brown to throw on 2nd down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Pryor, and the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Reeves, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Brown now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Flush to his right. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now out comes Minnesota. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you.
He's got a man complete. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 60 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Up the middle they go. Pryor, and he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Pryor, and they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put it.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So out now come the Lions.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now Brown throwing on first down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They'll try and run with their fullback. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Brown firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And it's fielded at the 34. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a 2-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here in order to feel a lot better about where they are in this game.
At this time of the year, playoffs, game of this magnitude, this is what we hope for.
Yeah, it's exactly what we hope for. You want to run your offense cautiously, but not so cautiously that you just give it up.
On 1st and 10, Reeves. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Lions are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Here's Brown. Throwing to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's second down. Operating from the gun. Brown over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on 1st down. Brown. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. They'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. The battle in the trenches, never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Up the middle they go. Nobles. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at the 20. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now come the Vikings.
And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the fourth quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be...
And touchdown! A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead here now in the fourth quarter of this championship game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession, gigantic.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. To throw on second down, Reeves. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, will spot it at the 49. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
All right, let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They run the counter. Pryor. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, Parker. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Right back to him on 1st down. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow. Wow. Point after, right down the middle. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
So now the Lions down by a field goal, and time a huge factor. A field goal sends this championship game to overtime as they've got a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Pryor, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back to throw. Reeves. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here.
And the Vikings are going to the Super Bowl as we sign off here.